What's good, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a streetwear and sneaker setup. So if you can see what I have behind me, I have this big clothing rack over here. I've got all these sneakers and whatnot, and I wanted to kind of revamp my setup as well as show you guys a way to get a setup for a price point, because we always do these outfit challenges, but I've seen a lot of people like to show off their sneakers in a certain style, have a nice little setup, and most of the time it includes like a closet where you have a little bit of clothes and whatnot, your favorite pieces. So I thought, let's go to Ikea, spend maybe $200 to $250, that's my price cap, and pick a sneaker setup and just kind of make a whole setup just like this. So I'm going to tear this all down, take it all out, and then we're going to go ahead and make a new setup. Go to Ikea, film in there, do all that, and then we're going to go ahead and see what we can come up with. Before we get into this video, no, this is not an Ikea sponsorship. I'm just going there because most of my setup is from Ikea. They have good price points and good stuff regardless. So I wanted to go ahead and do it there. I want to do some more of these actually if you guys like it. Maybe at Target, Walmart, and stuff like that. Drop the prices and whatnot because I know you guys like these price challenges. The setup behind me is relatively cheap actually. So the clothing rack right there is actually from Target. It was like $15. This whole thing right here was $60 from Ikea. Then we have another shelving unit over here, which I think was about $50 from Ikea. This one I'm going to be spending a little bit more because I want to fill up like this whole wall, and there's not going to be like a couch to kind of hide behind it. So I'm going to be filling everything up. I want to do a little bit more high quality, and then maybe we'll do another downsize one in the future for maybe like a collection of like 4 to 6 sneakers, because this is going to be for maybe, I don't know, 10 to 15 sneakers. So I'm going to try to like utilize all of my shoes, but that's what I'm thinking. I haven't done it in a while, so I just want to plug my social medias if you guys want to see, because I see you guys ask in the comments for different things. My Snapchat, my Instagram, my Twitter. If you guys want to follow me in any of those, just follow them right there. And we're going to go ahead and just jump into this video. I'm going to be utilizing all of the stuff that I have here in my setup because I got a bunch of sneakers and clothes that I'm going to put to use. You guys might not have this many shoes, and maybe you can downsize the type of setup, but if you have a lot of shoes, you're a collector, this would be perfect for you. I don't really have a big collection, to be honest. I could condense mine and just keep it as specific as to the shoes that I actually wear, so that's why my setup is like it is. But now let's go ahead and head to Ikea. Now I want to break down the setup, the cost and everything, and just talk a little bit about the each individual pieces and our total cost and all that. So as you can see, the setup right here is a little bit smaller than we had before. it's a little bit condensed because this wasn't meant to be a specific setup for me to film in, but now that I have it all set up, I decided to put the couch in front of it when I'm talking about everything about it and the prices and whatnot. First off, in the center, we have a clothing rack. Now, this clothing rack is a little bit nicer than my previous one. That was from Target. It was 15 bucks. This one was $45, which was a little bit expensive in my opinion. So they had a white one there that was $10, was metal, and it was a little bit not sturdy. This one just kind of matched the colors of everything else that I'd purchased. So I thought it was a good pick, a little bit wider, not too tall, and I just like the overall look of it. So 45 bucks, you cannot go wrong. And then we have the hangers on top of that. So I decided to just throw in there 5 bucks. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna be using hangers in the future, so it's not too bad of a price. And there are a bunch of different shirts there, or they're actually the same shirt. Those are the shirts that I sold. I had a few left I decided to throw up on there just so you guys can see what it looks like with the same color scheme. Then on the right side, we have a glass case for the shoes. So previously I've used different cases where the shoes sat on top of it. This wasn't surrounded by glass, but this particular one is surrounded by glass, and I really actually like the look of it. So this was $70. It's a little bit more expensive, but is the perfect way to show off your shoes. If you have people coming over, you don't want to mess with your shoes. It's got a magnetic door so you can open and close it, move the shoes around. It's a little bit not too sturdy, I guess. It's not like the most sturdy thing once you put it together, but I had a little bit of a time putting it together because it's meant to have 2 people, but I put it together myself because I had nobody else home. But I think that is a great looking glass case. Be careful if you go ahead and buy this putting it together because you don't want any of that glass to break. One thing I did forget to mention, which was above the clothing rack, is a floating shelf. Now, it was 15 bucks, and I've got 2 of these already, so I decided to actually use the ones that I have instead of buying the exact same one. But that's $15, very cheap. The one right now is a little bit sagging just because I have been using it for a while, and it's actually like 2 years old, so it's not really like brand new. So when you get it originally, and if you set it up perfectly, it'll stay perfectly flat. This one's slouching down just a little bit. That's a perfect way to showcase some other shoes too, maybe some of your favorites, or you can put things on there like pictures or like just little plants and whatnot. There's nothing else above that, so on the left side we have a different shelving unit. This is about half the size of the other one that I previously had in my videos. This one's a little bit more feasible if you don't have a lot of shoes. What I did with it was put my sneaker boxes just because I felt that it was a good way to display that rather than putting some shoes in there because it is so low to the ground. It's just a way to put the boxes because I like to keep my different sneaker boxes. Then I decided to put some shoes and a nice plant on there. I think Ikea plants are perfect to have for a room setup because it throws off the color. Like, it makes a little bit of color pop in there instead of just the black and white, which typically my room would have. That's all the colors that are in there. So I think that the plant is a good touch. 5 bucks is a great price, and I just love the look of them. It's obviously fake. They also sell real plants if you want to go that route. Then above that, we have 2 more individual floating shelves for 2 more sneakers, and then we have a picture. I decided to put something hype in there, a Supreme picture that I found off of one of the websites that I'll link down below. I had some different pictures, but I decided to throw that one on there for some color. One thing I did want to mention was shoe trees. Now, you guys have seen them, and a lot of people ask about them in different videos. They're only 99 cents at Ikea, and they kind of switched around where they had them in my store, so it's harder to find them. But they're a great way to just keep your shoes like in that good position. It kind of stretches them out if using a certain material, like the Yeezys apparently stretches them out a little bit. But I like the way that they look in the shoes. Has a little bit more of a presentation for the shoes, and 99 cents, you cannot go wrong. So our grand total for the project was $216, which is a little bit expensive, but when you're making like a sneaker room, I think this is a perfect way to fill up an entire wall. This can also be done with a lot less stuff. You can really just get like that little shelving unit down there and 2 of the floating shelves, and you're looking at about $45, and that is a great setup itself if you just have a little area to commit to make it one thing. That's how I put everything together. $215. If you guys want to see more of these, I want to go to Target. I know they have some great stuff there. I want to go to Walmart and just see if I can throw some stuff together. Let me know if you want to be smaller or bigger, because if this is too big of a setup for you guys, maybe I should downsize it, make it a little bit more reasonable for your average room. This right here I use for a setup though, so I'm going to be incorporating some of this stuff into my setup. Probably not all of it. I might not keep it the same because there is a little bit of extra room still on the sides, as you guys can see, and I like to fill that up and have everything filled up, but I think this is a great solid setup. For this setup, I utilized 11 pairs of shoes. I do have more. I just wanted to use that many because it's not like a stretch. Some sneakerheads have hundreds of shoes. I total probably have 40 or 50, but I really only wear like 20 to 25 on a regular basis, and those are the ones that I like to keep on my setup. I'll be linking everything down below in this setup, but if it's still available online, I think everything is, so you guys can go ahead and purchase that. But for Ikea, their shipping is a little bit expensive, so if you do have a local Ikea store, I would go there instead. But that's gonna wrap up for the video. If you're new here, subscribe and leave a like down below if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Harrison, signing out.